What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 15 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. And on this episode, we are talking Dark Souls anime, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Gangs of Sherwood, and Loki Season 2.
Can't touch me, I got instincts. Locked in the house, but I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the party with me, 5 boys. But they're not in sync.
Yeah, I don't know. Dang it. I know. So hold on. Before you say anything, I know it, but I can't, yeah.
I feel like as soon as I say it, you're going to be like, dang
it. Yep, exactly.
Jack Harlow.
I do like a good Jack Harlow.
I thought you were going to get that one. I was going to go a little bit easier with what's popping, but I figured you would get that right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Jack Harlow, have you seen White Man Can't Jump? The one with him in it?
I have not, but I heard it was actually surprisingly great.
It's okay. This is what I'm gonna say about this movie. It's great in the aspect it's another basketball movie.
Yeah.
Is it the best movie I've ever seen? Absolutely not. And I just loved it because I love basketball movies. It had a little comedy in it, and Jack Harlow, he's a likable guy. Not the best actor, but he's a likable dude.
He's a likable dude. I'm just saying, if you're jumping in Wesley Snipes and Woody Allen's shoes, those are big shoes to fill.
I would say he probably didn't fill the shoes, but like I said, I enjoyed the movie because basketball movies, you can't really name a bad basketball movie.
Off the top of my head, no, I cannot.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
No, I honestly can't.
I've never seen Space Jam 2, and I probably never will, but...
Space Jam 2. Space Jam 2. We're putting Space Jam 2 on the list. Yeah, okay. There's one bad basketball movie, and it's thanks to LeBron James.
Right. Yeah. So let us know in the comments below if you have any bad basketball movies, but I cannot think of any top of my head. And actually, some of the great ones Coach Carter and that's probably one of my favorites, Coach Carter.
Shout out Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro. What's the one that takes? I can't remember the name of it. It takes place in Texas.
Hoosiers?
No, not Hoosiers. It was I can't remember. It's a great movie. It's they went through a lot of race stuff. It was back in that era. It was a good movie. I just can't remember the name of it, and I'm blanking so bad.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below what the name of this basketball movie is. Let us know what the name of this basketball movie is.
Right. But how you been, man? How's your weekend?
I'm doing good, man. Weekend's doing good. Went back out golfing. I'm not going to talk about score. Let's not talk about... So you don't have to talk about score every time. Sometimes it's just good to get out there and hit stuff.
Right. I know all that. I know that.
Yeah. So, how's your weekend?
I did not sell my golf clubs, by the way. I'm not going to. I'm not selling my golf clubs. I will make it back out to the golf course. But yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you who donated to the GoFundMe that allowed Adam to keep his golf clubs.
It was strictly the Adam bank account that paid for this. So, but that's okay. I ended up not buying a brand new bike. I just bought an upgrade for my bike, and it made it a whole bunch better.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Yeah. Just a new fork.
Let's go.
A new suspension. So instead of making it seem like I'm landing on bricks every time, it's got a little squish to it, which is very nice.
So we will not be getting any more Adam fall videos.
You probably will. My wife did fall. She came with me this last weekend, and she did fall. I'm not going to show her fall, one, because I didn't record it, and two, she would probably not appreciate me throwing that on here. So
I did see that fall, and my first thought was, Adam, stop taking pictures and make sure your wife is okay.
She was okay. That picture was after the ride, and she was completely fine. So yeah, that was one thing we did this weekend. Another thing I did this weekend, I went and saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant of Mayhem, which we're not going to go into it, but I just wanted to explain my experience with this movie. So we were watching this movie. I was with my friend, right? And like I said, the movie theater is they bring the food to you as you're watching the movie. So that's cool.
Adam's super fancy movie theater experience.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I got a burger. It was a royal burger. It had some egg and some bacon and all the good stuff. The movie was going along well. All of a sudden, I hear it, meh, to the left of my left ear. I was like, that doesn't sound like it's in the movie. The movie shuts off. All the lights turn on. The fire alarms are going off. I'm like, get me out of this theater right now. And luckily, it ended up being false alarm. But that was the first time I've ever had to be escorted out of a movie theater, and I was kind of freaking out.
Whoa, they took you out of the movie theater? Like you had to
Completely,
go
yeah.
outside?
Yeah.
Like kindergarten fire
Yep.
drill style? Oh no.
Yep. And at the back of the building, we're just looking at the building, waiting for us to come in. And at one point, I was like, you know what? They're not going to let us back in. Tough luck. We're in the final boss battle of the movie. I'm like, well, I got to make sure to see this. But I was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to bring us back in? Because it took like 15 minutes for them to bring us back in and all that. They had to wait for the fire department. Luckily, it was just a false alarm. But still, it's one of those nerve-wracking things. Like, what is going on? Because like they don't say what the alarm is. They're like, get the heck out. And I was like,
Right.
oh. So
More importantly, did you bring your burger outside with you?
oh, I finished that so much. I finished that before the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was concerned for the safety of the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it almost like you're engulfed in the movie and like you're so entrenched and all of a sudden like that just like ruins the mood for you in a bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. It probably took a little bit to get back into it.
It did. And so I think what helped, so they brought us back in. They're like, okay, sit tight. The movie's going to like kick back on after a little bit. And from there, like the lights dimmed again. Everybody's quiet. So I think that helped a lot instead of just like, all right, sit down, movie's on. Like they gave it some time for people to settle back down. But they also did give me a $10 credit for food next time. So that's kind of cool.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I mean, that's okay. Also, you know, how many movies have you seen this month for $10?
Well, considering this movie just like or this month just started, just one so far. But last month I watched 4.
4. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know, it's all right.
Yeah.
They get a little bit of a free pass. You got 4. You got 4 movies out of them a month. That's pretty good.
Right, and that's, like I said, it's awesome. $20 a month, and I can see a movie a day. Oh, yes.
And Adam's over here eating royal burgers with eggs on them, and I'm in my garbage New York theater just trying to sneak in Skittles.
That's awesome. That's so funny. But it was a good movie. I did write, which will be posted by the time you watch this episode. But we have a new website, letstalknerdypodcast.com.
We're official.
We are official, Dave.
We are official.
And we are very proud of this website. So go ahead and check it out. Let us know what you think about it. Anything you want us to put into it, because we're excited. There is a blog post by the time of posting this episode about my review that is spoiler free of the Mutant Mayhem. So go ahead and check that out.
Spoiler free turtles. Also check out the badass lightsaber pick. Check out the badass lightsaber pick.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
That's my favorite one. I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to say we threw in some bangers, some photos.
And not spoiler, a little behind the scenes with the pictures. We do not live close to each other, so all that picture of us together, or the 3 pictures of us together, is all photoshopped. So just keep that in mind. It took us some time, but we're very proud of it. But yeah.
And one of these days, one time, me and Adam will be in the same room. We're gonna make it happen for Let's Talk Nerdy History.
Yep. But all right, man, are you ready?
I am born ready. I'm very excited about our first topic.
I was gonna say, do you have any comments? Did you pull any comments?
I did not pull any comments this week. Did you pull a comment?
I thought I did have one. But I lost it. So
surprisingly, the comments have been really good, guys. Like we really appreciate the comments. I haven't seen any
funny, we're gonna pull them up kind of comment.
I haven't seen any comments talking trash about us in a long time. We super appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys.
So, well, I thought you might have had some. Oh wait, actually there is one.
Okay.
One of the comments on our blind ranking of the video games, somebody commented, his name is Guff Road. I don't think either of them are blind. So.
Okay. Well done. Well done.
I thought it was like a funny random comment, but
that's a very funny. Yeah, no, that's good. That's a great joke. Great joke, Dad. Great joke. We appreciate the comment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I was like, it's a dad joke. So
no, that's perfect. We will always take dad jokes. If you guys want to have your comment read on the show, easy way, dad joke.
Yep.
Just drop it in there. We're gonna read it.
Yep, exactly. All right, Dave. Dark Souls anime. Let us hear your thoughts right off the bat. There's no trailers, nothing, and honestly, this is a rumored thing from a very validated source.
Apparently, I like anime now.
Oh, okay. That's where I was
Okay.
going to take this conversation because we talked about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm quoting Dave here. I don't like anime.
I don't like anime. So that the anime gods have apparently listened to our last episode and we're like, we can't have that. And there's only one way to get Dave interested, and that's to make a Dark Souls anime. So guys, invite me to the club, please, because I now love anime, apparently.
All right, but
yeah.
here's the question: Is
Okay, go ahead.
Netflix? So it's going to be a Netflix. It's an anime by Netflix.
Yes.
Is Netflix going to put a good anime out there?
I think so. Here's the thing. I think Netflix is actually the perfect choice for this, and the only other place that I would go would be like HBO.
Okay.
But I don't think HBO. Obviously, I don't think HBO would be interested in a series like this. I think Netflix would be interested in a series like this. And again, guys, this is reportedly in the works with Netflix. But again, it is a very, it's a very good source. And I think Netflix, it makes sense, right? So they've already done Castlevania. They've already done The Witcher. They've already done Cuphead, Sonic, Cyberpunk. So they're kind of used to like working with these video game, franchises. I think Netflix is the perfect choice for this because they actually have the money to pull it off, and I think that they've dipped their toes a little bit into this world with The Witcher. I don't want to say that The Witcher and Dark Souls is like close because they're not really close, but they're kind of close, like close enough where they've dipped their world into like they've dipped their toes into like the darker side of video game stuff. I think they're gonna do good, man. I think they're gonna do okay.
I kind of agree with you. And one of the things so a lot of times with Netflix, they don't write the shows or anything like that, or even produce the shows. What they do is they buy the rights to it and they just smack their name on it. And so, but with this one, in terms of Dark Souls, it's their show. Like they're producing it, they're writing it. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how they're going to do with that, but that's kind of interesting that that's the way they're going with it with this one.
Yeah. And I honestly I'm so excited for them to turn this franchise into anything. I've always thought that like Dark Souls would have been such a great like movie opportunity or like a show opportunity. It is so rich with lore, like incredibly rich with lore, with hundreds and thousands of characters that all have their own backstories and intertwine with each other. Like the lore is absolutely insane, and I think a lot of people don't really even know the story. And I think people that are Dark Souls players, there's a lot of Dark Souls players that don't even really know the story because in Dark Souls there's not like a lot of cutscenes of like this is storyline stuff that's happening, right? Like I talk about this all the time. Like if you want to know the lore, you got to go search for it in Dark Souls. Like you need to find some crazy helmet in like the deepest corner of this weird poisony swamp. And if you get that helmet, you can read the details and learn like, oh, this was so-and-so and he was from blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you really have to look for the content if you want to see it. Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was going to go with it. There's so many ways that they can go with this show, and from what the sources suggest is it's going to be based off of the first game, which would make sense, right? You're not going to just be like Dark Souls 2 is what we're going to do. Like they're going to start from the beginning and kind of set the stage for who knows how many seasons, or even if this is going to be more than one season. But there's just so many ways they can go with this. I'm actually really excited to see how they turn the art style into like animate it in terms of that way.
I think that's very important. They have to nail this art style because the Dark Souls community is going to expect a certain thing. And I think they did pretty well with Castlevania, nailing that kind of motif and bringing that game over to a series. I think they did okay. So I think they're going to do okay with this, but they really, really have to nail that art style. It's got to be dark. It's got to be gritty. It's got to be, it's got to be everything that Dark Souls players are expecting.
Right, you can't expect it to look like a Naruto or a Dragon Ball
Right.
Z or
Right.
My Hero Academia, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just
So if
imagine.
oh dude, I will be so disappointed. And no disrespect to like, Dragon Ball Z or anything like that, but
No, no.
it's just not the right kind of it's just not the right fit, right? So
Hmm.
if I load up that first episode and I see my character like Dragon Ball Z style, like come on, I would be like, nope, nope,
Instantly
no.
turn it off. That's so
Yep.
funny.
Like
But
they're gonna ruin everything.
all right, well,
But there's so I did want to touch a little bit on where they could start because I thought this
okay.
was a very interesting topic, and I don't know if a lot of people, like we said, knows the story of Dark Souls. It's very hard. So this is gonna be a little segment that's maybe gonna be dubbed like a story time with Zags. So guys, this is how the Dark Souls story starts, and I have an idea of where I think they're going to start the franchise. Are you ready?
Let's hear it. Story time with Zags.
Story time with Zags. Okay, so if they truly, truly, truly want to start at the beginning, this is where they start. In the beginning is known as the Age of the Ancients, and in the Age of the Ancients, dragons rule the world. And during this time, the first flame, which is where you rest all the time at the bonfires and everything like that, the first flame manifests, and it establishes the distinction between life and death, light and dark, right? So that is kind of the beginning of this universe. At that time, there's 4 beings that find what come to be known as Lord Souls near the flame, and each one of these people, they never call them humans, but each one of these people take one of the souls, and it grants them immense power. The 4 people are Lord Gwyn, who becomes Lord of the Sunlight, Lord Nito, the first of the dead, the Witch of Izalith, and Furative Pugamy. I can never say that name right.
That's all right.
Okay, so what ends up happening is Gwyn, Nito, and the Witch all get together, and they wage war on the dragons, right? They are losing this war badly until a dragon named Seath the Scaleless. I'm sorry, I had to write this all down. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. I
yeah.
would have wrote it all down too.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so until a dragon named Seath the Scaleless becomes a traitor and lets Gwyn, Nito, and the Witch in on the secret on how to kill the dragons. And the reason why he does this is because Seath was born without the stone scales of his fellow dragons, and the stone scales is what gives them their immortality. So in exchange for Gwyn, Nito, and the Witch using their powers to help to try to make him immortal, he goes traitor mode on all of his other dragons and lets them know how to kill them. Their only weakness is lightning, right? So once they know this weakness, they take down the dragons, and the lords take reign. And as soon as they take reign, that becomes known as the Age of Fire. So that is the very first part of Dark Souls. Now they could start there. I don't know if they're gonna start there, but if they really want to start at the beginning, they should start there. Here's where they could actually start. They could also start at the Age of the Fire, which we just talked about. And what happens at the Age of the Fire is over time, the first flame begins to fade as humans continue to rise to power. So the humanity is rising to power, and this first fire that kind of gave life to everything is just fading, right? And then in order to keep the flame lit, Lord Gwyn sacrifices himself to the fire, which keeps it burning. But in doing so, he afflicts a curse across the land known as the Undead Curse, and it causes the afflicted to continuously rise from the flame after death until they eventually lose their mind, a process called hallowing. So this explains why you keep resting at the bonfires and coming back, right? And then all the people that you're fighting in the game, all the weird people, right?
Yep.
So they've all been affected with the curse, and they've all died multiple times. And they've all come back with this affliction, and they start going insane. So that's why the people that you're fighting actually look like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they could also start there. So there's a jumping point off that they could start off there. But here's the real start of game 1 starts right here. Okay. In game 1, at the end of the second Age of Fire. So the Age of Fire happens. The flame is fading out. Lord Gwyn sacrifices himself to the fire. Now we're in the coming of the second Age of Fire, where it's starting to dwindle out again, and this is where you get a hold of your character. And your character, you are a cursed undead, and you are rotting in this asylum. And you wake up, and when you wake up, it's after one of your deaths, and you're going to continuously run through this process of you dying until you eventually go insane, until there's a mystery man that drops a key down into your cell and allows you to escape. And once you escape the prison, and you meet up with somebody who wants you to succeed Lord Gwyn. And then the quest of the game begins, where your whole purpose is to they want you to succeed him and rekindle the fire. So that's where, if they want to go with the game, that's where they could start there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But the very last thing is also, and this is where it gets super crazy. If you play Dark Souls, you know that at the end of the game, you have the opportunity to rekindle the fire, which would preserve the Age of Fire, or you have the choice to let it die, which instigates the Age of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So what? There's literally so many things that they could do with this, dude.
Right,
Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what they do. And there's so many jumping off points. So hopefully they find a good spot to do it.
So here's me playing devil's advocate. So
Okay.
we know a lot of these kind of adaptations. Are they gonna like they're just gonna they're gonna take stuff from the game and stuff? Or are they gonna create a completely new storyline? Or do you think they're gonna stay true and give the Dark Souls fans that really know the lore that show with all of it? You know what I mean? That's where I think they might do like a different storyline.
I'm confused. Okay, so it's very important to know. I don't know how they're gonna do this. So are they going to do this like a oh my god, why am I blanking? Are they gonna do like a Game of Thrones with multiple characters? Like
Maybe
they're multiple main characters, or are they gonna go the game route where like the main character is the person that you would be controlling in the game?
Right.
I think that's very important to know. And I think the lore is so rich and the lore is so good that they could very easily just stick with the story, and be totally fine. I think if anybody from Netflix is watching, you better stick with the story. You better stick with the story, because there is no crowd like the Dark Souls crowd, and if you do not get it right, they are gonna let you know. You are gonna know about it. Like, yeah,
and they won't come back. There's no redemption.
There's zero redemption. You get one shot to make this series work, and you better deliver on the story that the people that play the game know. So
You get one shot.
Do I hope that they stick with the original storyline? I hope they do. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, but again, word to the wise, just stick with that storyline.
I'm excited for you with this. I don't know when, like, this is very early on, and they're like, it's not even confirmed that this is gonna be a show, but I'm excited for you because I can tell how excited you are, and like, I can see the cheese on your face, like, oh man, this is gonna be the first anime I'm gonna love, and there's not gonna be any more that I'm ever gonna watch, but that's super cool. So
yeah, I could see all the comments now of like when I'm reading that, just like Dave's like a super nerd, like,
right? Yeah. So that's cool. I'm guessing probably like 2026 might be the earliest we can probably see this. 2025, 2026.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see it maybe late 2024.
You think so?
I do think so. I do think so. And then this is again my marketing brain going through the process. Nothing leaks. You know what I mean? There's no oopsie leaks. I mean, this is their like. I feel like this is their way of kind of like, let's throw it out there and see if there's any interest.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah.
So and usually the timeline is, we get like a year and a
Rumors,
half. Yeah, we get a year and a half to like 2 years when the rumor mill starts flying. That's usually about the time we get. So that's honestly my marketing brain thinking. I don't think this was a quote unquote leak. or whatever. I think this was their way to throw it out there and see if anything sticks.
And I think it's going to. So.
I think it's going to. Yeah, I think it's going to do very, very well. I mean, Castlevania did well. The Witcher did well. I mean, for video game IPs, Netflix has a proven track record, and this one is going to be huge. And I think, with the success of Elden Ring kind of bringing more players into that world, I think now's the perfect time. I think they're going to get it.
I agree.
I'm
excited for you, man.
I'm excited. Okay, let's go.
Am I gonna watch this one? Probably not. This is probably not an anime I'm gonna watch, but I'm excited you have one to watch. So
maybe we do a live stream first episode where I make Adam watch the first episode of Dark Souls anime.
Have my eyes like held open.
Clockwork Orange style. He's just like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, hopefully coming soon. Hopefully they nail it. I'm super excited, and if they do come out with this series, more to come from me.
He's gonna have his own spin-off series of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast of Dave Talks Dark Souls.
Dave Talks Dark Souls.
Yep. That'd be awesome. So all right.
Good stuff. I like this one a lot. Like I said, I will be checking it out, and if they do come out with it, more to come on this.
Yeah.
Next topic, I'm super excited to hear you talk about, though.
Me? Why are you excited me to talk about it?
I want to get your opinion. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, next topic, we are going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Okay. All right. I don't know why you think this is going to be fun for me to talk about. I'm just going to put it out there. I have never really played Assassin's Creed. I have tried multiple times. I've tried different ages of Assassin's Creed. I've tried Assassin's Creed 3, which is not supposed to be the best one. Right? One of the best ones.
One of the best early editions.
I put the most time in Valhalla, which is considered not a true Assassin's Creed, I guess.
Yep.
And then I tried literally this last weekend. I have Ubisoft Plus, so I have access to all of them. I tried Black Flag, and I played that one for 10 minutes, and I was like, nope. And then because I was told that's another really good one because of like the pirate ship and everything like that. I've been told to try Origins. I've been told to try them all, and I try them. It's just not my game style, and that's okay. But I have been told that this one is supposed to go back to the roots of what Assassin's Creed is.
This one is indeed supposed to go back to the roots. I will say the best thing that you could probably do is look up a plot synopsis of Assassin's Creed 1 and then jump in and play Assassin's Creed 2. And if you don't like Assassin's Creed 2, then don't bother with the franchise anymore. That's what I will say. I know a lot of people are like, jump in here, this one's great. Jump in here, this one's great. You kind of gotta like get a feel. So this is my thing with Assassin's Creed. Also, real quick, quiz time. How many Assassin's Creed games do you think are out? Real main games, real main titles, not like spin-offs or DLCs or anything.
Can I count, or can I just kind of you want me to throw a number?
Spit out a number.
9.
13.
I was gonna say 12. Dang it. That's funny.
There is 13 games in this series, which is absolutely crazy. So
right.
That's like.
Can you name them all?
No, not even close.
Okay, well, Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, 3.
1, 2,
right?
3. Yeah, and then
Brotherhood.
What's the one with Connor?
I can't tell you the characters at all.
Yeah, see, like I can't. I remember the characters. I don't remember the names of them.
So we got 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood. Is Unity one? Is that one?
Yeah, Unity's one. Black Flag, Valhalla.
Black Flag, Valhalla, Odyssey, Origins. Are we counting Mirage? Does that count?
Yeah, Mirage is one of them. So we're missing 3.
So we got 10. That's pretty good for never playing them. That's pretty good.
Is there code something? I think there's code name something.
All Assassin's Creed games. I do a quick Google search here. Discovery. That can't be one, right? No.
Discovery?
Okay. No, I think that's like a side game kind of deal.
Yeah, there's like DLCs.
Rogue and Syndicate.
Syndicate.
And Revelations.
Revelations, that's it.
Yep. There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay.
I'd say we did pretty good with not playing like all of them. That was a pretty good guess. I do have a trailer, so if we want to throw that up at any point, we can. So
Go ahead and throw the trailer up. Go ahead. Let's take a look at it.
yeah,
But yeah,
this is
this
going to
one,
be the
this
gameplay
one,
trailer too.
this one is going more back to the roots. But I will say, you know, watch a quick plot summary of Assassin's Creed 1 and then play 2, and then if you don't like it, just go back. Just never go back to the franchise again. But I actually think this one looks good.
It looks good. I will say, like, I've never disliked the setting of any Assassin's Creeds. All the settings are super cool, even with this one. So this one's taking place in Baghdad, and just like the desert feel. And I've always liked the parkour of the game, but I just something about it. I haven't been able to get into it to like the extent of like full Assassin's Creed fans.
Yeah. So this one's Baghdad, I believe 9th century. They said it was. Which Assassin's Creed, I always love the lore, and I do love the parkour, but I love the parkour from the original series. They kind of took a lot of the parkour away in the newer series, and they kind of brought that back. So you could see that with like the clip in the trailer where he was going around the corner, like swinging around the corner and stuff like that. They brought a lot of those types of like early game movements back, which I'm super excited about. And also, one of the things that they brought back, and you can kind of see in the trailer right now, is this, it's much more stealth focused, which if you play the first couple games, the first few games are very much more like a Hitman style, right? So it's like, be stealthy, get out, get in, get your target, get out, go unnoticed, right? And I think that's what a lot of the core Assassin's Creed players like really want in the Assassin's Creed franchise, and they really went away from that. And you could see, I'm sure you could see when you played Valhalla that like the focus on stealth was not nearly as much as it should be. I mean, they wanted you, stealth was an option, but they really wanted you to just run in there and run and gun, right? And that is not what this series is. And I think they really, I don't know why they went away from that. You know, it'd be like if the new Hitman came out and it was like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Where it's like you have no Hitman abilities. It's just like you're just a Call of Duty player in a suit, and it's like bah, 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 bah. It's like, dude, this is not the game. This is not the game that people want.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think kind of going off I think that true Assassin's Creed fans of like the really, like you said, the ones where you're stealth like. And I think that's going to appeal to a lot more Assassin's Creed fans than the ones in the near. I'm struggling with words today. But the years, like the most recent ones is what I'm trying to say. And so they added a few things that people are excited about. So they added skills that are similar to Valhalla, which some people are like, I don't know how that's going to work. But I think, like you said, it's going back to the roots in terms of like the stealthy mechanics of it. I don't think that the skills are really going to play too much into it. It's just going to throw some extra perks in there. They added blow darts. I don't know if they added this, but there's blow darts, so you can like sleep people, and they can be upgraded to either knock them out or even just kill them. So that's kind of cool. They added other things that you can throw to kind of act like a smoke bomb that can either knock the enemies out or help you get away. So I thought that was kind of cool. They added a lot of different like dodge mechanics too, like where you parry and then you roll off of them. It helps you get away, I guess. So there's a lot of cool things about the game. There is another thing that I watched a video about this actually. So this Assassin's Creed is going to be much shorter than other Assassin's Creeds. So this one's only going to be 20 to 30 hours to beat. And the video I watched, it's like, yes, I love games that are jam-packed, full of content for hours on end, like hundreds of hours. But at the same time, it's like, I have a job, I have a life. And it's like, so really, do you have the time to put all that in? A lot of people do, but there's also a lot of people that don't, like including myself. Like I go to work, I work 40, 50 hours a week. Like to come sit down and play games for hours on end, it's almost impossible to do it for so long. And I was like, that's kind of cool. So it's like almost caters to like a working like person to like, I have 25 hours, I can beat this game.
Right. I think okay. So let's jump back. You covered a lot of stuff, so let's
Sorry,
jump back.
sorry.
No, you're
I was
good. You're
excited
good.
to
You're
talk about it.
good. I know you're excited. Okay. All right. So like we talked about, they are going back to the more stealth based stuff. So with the more stealth based stuff, like Adam talked about, there is an emphasis on tools. We touched on the blow darts. So the blow darts is a return from a previous game that they got rid
Okay.
of. The smoke bombs. You also have traps.
Yep.
And it's also going to be heavily you're also going to be able to use disguises, which is something that
cool.
you weren't able to do for a very long time. So they're going to go back, like we talked about, to another kind of stealth based thing, which I'm super excited about. They're good. So another thing that they're going to bring back is the outfit customization, which I think looks really cool. So you can really customize your outfit. They are bringing back world events, but they're not
Yep.
replacing the world events with side quests like they did in Valhalla. So you're still going to get these world events, but you still do have side quests and contracts, because I know that was a big thing that people were not excited about, that all the side content was kind of replaced with these world events, which some people love, some people hate. Don't get me wrong, they're okay. I personally would just rather have like the side quests and stuff like that, but
Right.
the world events are whatever. It's basically just a side quest that you can only do at like an exact moment, which is kind of annoying. Especially for you, because you will never do them, because you will be on main story mission and a world event will happen and you're like, I'm beelining it right to mission B. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then so a couple things, they're also going to bring back legacy outfits. Like you said, it is going to be a little bit of a smaller map, but more densely populated. I do like this new feature that they're adding too, which is going to be multi assassinations, where you can kind of like very Arkham style. You can like choose like multiple targets and take them all out at the same time.
That's gonna be cool.
I think that's going to be very, very cool. And yeah, you do actually have a proper home base this time, which
Yep.
I'm excited that they're bringing back a proper home base. I always felt like, I don't know, I always felt like in Assassin's Creed, I just wanted like a space where I knew I was
You can
good.
hide. Yeah.
Like just okay, like no matter what happens, you can be in the world and stuff like that, and you just get noticed out of nowhere, and then it's like this crazy chase scene, and you're just like, I just want one spot where I'm just like not gonna get chased by anybody, and just like take a breath. So like I'm super excited that they're bringing that stuff back. So gameplay wise, it looks good. It looks like they're making a return. It looks like they're giving fans the game that they want. And then now touching on the smaller game size. So the smaller game size, this was originally supposed to be a DLC for Valhalla. This was not this was not supposed to be its own working title. So that is why I think the gameplay is shorter. If we're
Right.
gonna be honest. If we're gonna be honest, that's why I think the gameplay is shorter. I
Okay.
don't think they designed it that way. I just
Right.
think like this was gonna be a DLC and they extended it. So yeah, that's why you're getting the shorter gameplay.
I think with that though, it's almost like why they didn't want to smack, like they just didn't want to smack it on there and be like a half worked like DLC. Like they put the time into it to make it for something that is like more of a full game, which is really cool, I think. And yeah, sure, it's shorter. I think the price is cheaper though. That's what I'm trying to look up.
It's only $50.
Yeah, so I mean, because games nowadays are $70. So yeah,
Yep.
$20 off of a full game. Yeah, it's shorter, but it's better than paying $70 for a short game, I guess.
Yeah, and we talk about this all the time. I mean,
Yep.
it's gonna be 25 to 30 hours of actual like jam-packed gameplay from what I've seen and what I've read. The world is gonna be smaller, but it's densely populated. We talk about this all the time. There's no sense in having a gigantic world if you just fill it with grass. You know, like you know what I mean. So like,
Right.
I'm okay with all of this stuff, but yeah, just know that this was originally supposed to be only a DLC that would kind of hold fans over until Codename Red drops, which is going to be the next installment that they're already working on and already planning on. So just know that if you're expecting a full Assassin's Creed title, you might
This might not be it.
this might not be it for you. You know, I think they've obviously done enough to make it a full its own release, but it might be a little bit lacking on some of the content that you
Right.
come to expect from a full game.
I agree. Cool. I don't know what else to say. I love Ubisoft though. Like I know like some of their games aren't so good. I've been playing a lot of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which was not a very good game at the beginning, but they put a lot of patches out there. And yes, there's tons of bugs, but I'm putting tons of hours in that.
So I will say that I'm gonna pass on this one.
Okay.
I will say I'm gonna pass on this. And the reason is just I've faded on Assassin's Creed for so long now. I don't know. They really moved away from the franchise that I loved. So I started playing Assassin's Creed when it first came out. Like I grabbed Assassin's Creed. I loved it. I played Assassin's Creed 2. I played 3, which was a great game. Like the whole storyline with Ezio and all that stuff was just, I really, really loved it. And then the further and further they got along the path, the more I just kind of dipped out of the franchise, because in the original game, like in the original gameplay, right? So there was a storyline that happened in the real world.
Yep.
And then you would be transported back into these memories, right? And you're taking over the life and memories of somebody else, and then you get sucked back out, kind of like the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
I compare a lot to the Matrix, where you're getting sucked in and out of this world and like gathering information and coming back. But the more that they moved along this timeline of Assassin's Creed, that original story just started to like fade like crazy. It's like you would play like an entire game and you get like one little snippet of like storyline of something that actually happened in like the real world storyline of the game, and you're like, dude, what is happening in this game? Like nothing is happening. Like I understand that, you know, we're going through all these memories and things are happening, but there's like zero progression. Does that make sense? It's like watching a movie that never ends. You're just like, dude, get it, go. Like, what? Something has to happen in this plot at some point. Like, you can't just keep dragging it out for 15 hours of movie. Like, get to something happening. And they just, I don't know. So the more that happened, the more that I just kept fading on Assassin's Creed. So I'm actually probably gonna skip this one. But
I am probably gonna skip this one as well. Like I said, I've given Assassin's Creed multiple shots, and I don't think it's like, it's kind of with Dark Souls. I don't think they're bad games. It's just they're not games for me.
Yeah.
And kind of to your point, it's like they strayed away for so long, so I think they lost a big player base. But there are still diehard Assassin's Creed fans out there. But
there's still diehard Assassin's Creed fan. But I mean, guys, if you're watching this, and if you could please comment down below, do you guys like? What do you love about Assassin's Creed? Do you love like the mechanics? Do you love like the style? Like, or do you love the story? Because I would be hard pressed to find like, to think that there's a lot of players out there that are like, the Assassin's Creed story is so good, because it's really not. It's really not. It's really not a great story. I mean, like I said, it's a lot like the Matrix. It's like a Matrixy kind of time travel idea, which I mean, I'm fine with. I'm okay with it. Is it like a stellar 10 out of 10 best idea ever? No, but I mean, it definitely works for a game. But there's like I said, there's zero progression. Like Ubisoft, if anybody from Ubisoft is watching, make something happen in this game. Like I need something to happen in the storyline. You gotta
substance.
I need some kind of substance.
That's
so
funny.
We will see. I am honestly gonna fade on this one. I will check out the reviews. But yeah, I think I'm gonna fade on this. I am excited for Codename Red though, which we will talk about when the time is right.
When the time is right.
When the time is right. Codename Red, quick shout out, is a vigilante samurai game in feudal Japan.
Okay, that sounds kind of cool. That was gonna be one of my questions. Is like, if you could pick a timeline of where Assassin's Creed is played, where would you put it? Is that where you'd put it?
That's where I would put it, because you know what else is set right there.
What's that?
Sekiro.
Ah, that's right. Yep.
Let's go.
I would like. I don't know if they're like. I haven't played very many. Is there like a Roaring '20s style Assassin's Creed?
No.
I think that'd be sweet.
That would be kind of cool.
Like with the what the prohibition and stuff like that. I think that'd be super cool.
That would be kind of cool. And
Yeah.
you're like a 20s mobster.
Yeah, that'd
That
be
would be
super
kind of
cool.
cool.
And like one of the main villains is Al Capone or something like that,
That would be kind of sweet.
right? That'd be kind of cool.
Assassin's Creed swimming with the fishes.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes place in Chicago or New York. Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Dude, that would be kind of sick. Ubisoft, make that game.
That's the
Get
next
on it.
coming up after the yeah, because they've done a lot, like all the like the earlier century stuff, but I think it'd be kind of cool to do like a 1900s kind of deal.
That would be kind of cool. Or if they even did like a, like a very modern one. If they did like 80s, like
Yeah.
they did like the 1980s.
Or the
You're like,
70s.
yeah, you're like a punk rocker with
Yeah.
like huge platform boots or something.
Yeah. Here we go, Assassin's Creed, staying alive.
Assassin's Creed, Oogie Woogie Boogie.
That's a great title. So yeah, if you're watching, make sure that's the title you give your 1970s Assassin's Creed. So that's kind of funny.
Let's see it, Ubisoft. I mean, we know you're gonna put out another 20 Assassin's Creeds.
Right.
Give us something cool.
Right. Prehistoric Assassin's Creed next.
Caveman Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
dude, that would be sick.
Right. Although they tried that with Far Cry Primal and it didn't go so well, so maybe not.
No, that would be sick. You're like fighting
But-
saber-tooth tigers and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Me kill you, I assassin.
We
So
should
funny.
Ubisoft. If you guys are hiring, we got ideas. Just say
Yep. Yep. There may not be good ones, but we can give you some.
after we just trashed your series for a little
Yeah.
bit. But yeah, this game, my dudes, this game will be coming out. Let me double check here on October
10th.
12th.
Oh, 12.
I have 12th. Yeah, I've got
Oh,
12.
I probably have a early access 10.
Oh, okay. Maybe early access on the 10th. Either way, 10th or 12th, this game will be out. Again, I will be fading on this one. But yeah.
Something
what happened?
fell. Something fell. All right, but back to it. Yeah, one of my pop figures fell off the wall.
Oh no.
Yeah, at
We
least
got a
I'm
man
blocking it.
down.
Yeah, man
We got a man
down.
down. Man down.
That's all right. But
Yeah. So,
moving on.
I'm-
Gangs of Sherwood. I
s-
actually think this would be a pretty cool game.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
and honestly, it has the kind of style of game that you like. But I'm excited for a game like this. It's a lighter version of games you like.
I think I do think okay, so guys, this game is called The Gangs of Sherwood, and basically what it is a retelling of the Robin Hood story.
Yep.
And in the game you will have 4 playable characters: Friar Tuck, Little John, Maid Marian, and of course Robin Hood. The game is co-op, and each one of these characters will have some unique skills. So with that being said, I do think it's going to kind of look like a Dark Souls-esque type of game, but I want to throw it out there that I don't think it is.
No, I agree with you there. It has
Yeah.
it's got like the almost like the just the camera style. I think is very similar, and the way the bosses look. But let's pull up the
Yes.
gameplay trailer.
yeah, let's pull up the
you'll see what we're
trailer.
kind of talking about. But I'm excited about this one, and kind of going off your point. I forgot to leave this out of there. We'll get this out of there. But I'm excited just the way the game is, and I've always loved the story of Robin Hood. I think it's one of the coolest stories out there.
Yeah, I've always loved the story. I love these old stories. I mean, I'm sure you guys like saw my excitement with Liza P's and stuff like that. Like I love these old fairy tales. I wish we got more games like this.
Yeah.
But you guys can see in the trailer, so it does have a little bit of a Dark Souls feel to it, and I think that has a lot to do with like the color grading and the setting and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But actual gameplay mechanics, you can see right now,
You're moving too fast, and
you're moving way too fast.
your combos are too fast.
Yeah, this is much more of like a Spider-Man, like a Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
kind
hack
of,
and slash kind of deal
yeah.
too. So
It's a hack and slash with like combo build-ups and stuff like that. So I think that's more of the game style. But it does look really sweet, and I think that these unique characters, like we talked about, there's 4 unique characters. They're each gonna have their own skill sets.
Yep.
And I think what it's gonna be is very much based on kind of like Dark Souls builds. So it looks like Robin Hood is obviously going to be the long range guy,
Yep.
with like the bow and arrow and stuff like that. And then you'll have Little John, who looks more of like the strength build kind of guy that like
Yep.
hits stuff hard. So in that aspect, I think it does have some Dark Souls feels and vibes. But I don't know. I think this game is going to be super sweet.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's really cool. So with kind of the characters, I think like one's gonna be like that long range who's Robin Hood. I think is the big guy, is that Friar Tuck?
Oh, that's
the-
Little John.
Oh, Little John is the big dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Little, like he's gonna be like more tank based, and then Marion, I don't know, she'll probably be like a more speed kind of build, I'm guessing. And then like you said, Furier, I can't even say the name.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck is gonna be probably that strength build, like you were saying, and it's cool. So like as you can see, like they all have their own special abilities, which is super cool.
Yeah, and you guys can see, if you guys are watching the trailer right now, you're probably like, what is happening with the story of Robin Hood? Because this looks absolutely insane.
And nothing like Robin Hood.
And nothing like Robin Hood. So basically what they did is they've taken the story of Robin Hood and they've kind of enhanced it a little bit. So these 4 characters that you're playing as are known as the heroes of resistance, and there's obviously a war between them and the Sheriff of Nottingham, which does hold true to the actual Robin Hood story. But where they came in and kind of switched some stuff around is that there are tech advancements in this game, and basically that's made possible due to what's known as the Lion Heart, which is a unique stone that they brought back from the Crusades, and it's used to transform metal and give it like magical kind of properties. So that's why it has that like science fiction kind of
Steampunk
vibe,
kind of feel.
steampunk kind of vibe to it. So it's not 100% the story of Robin Hood. Obviously, they've added this kind of, Lionheart stone kind of, techie kind of science fiction-y steampunk upgrade, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with it. But yeah, if you're watching the game trailer and you're like, what is this? That's what that's all about.
Yep. And so it's kind of going off the point of it is co-op, but it's a game that you can still play on your own. So you don't have to have 4 people. I'm not sure. I didn't kind of grasp if you are playing solo, if your teammates will be AI or if you'll have teammates at all. Did you see anything on that?
I didn't see anything on that. I would assume that I would assume that your teammates would be AIs if you don't have anybody with you.
Right.
I would love for it. I would love for it to be optional. Like if you could just kind of pick your character and just roll with it. So hopefully they do something optional where if they are AI, you can turn it off.
Right.
But yeah, I think they are going to be AI. So.
And I also saw that, so the characters are fully customizable too. So you can there'll be a specific kind of like play style, but you have different perks and customizable like into the way you want it to like really narrow it down. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you can do your from what I've seen, you can really kind of do your own builds that's very Dark Souls-esque. And I'm super excited for this game. I think it's actually gonna be kind of sweet, especially for co-op players, like people that want an experience where they're playing a game with their friends and stuff like that. Like we talked about that, with a bunch of games like Atlas Fallen and stuff like that. Like if for people that want a co-op experience and want to play something cool with their friends, this is definitely a cool game. And especially if you're into like the Spider-Man and like Devil May Cry and like those type of hack and slash games, and you want to like jump in and play with friends, I think this is gonna be an amazing game for that.
I agree. And kind of going off that, Dave, guess who's getting a PlayStation 5 in less than a month?
Is it official? It's officially pre-ordered?
It is officially pre-ordered. So
let's go.
Dave and I are going to be playing more games together because he won't play on the PC, and a lot of PC games / Xbox games don't agree with the PlayStation. So I will be able to play more games with Dave. So how about that? So
let's go. Let's go.
This might be one of the first games we get to play together.
That and Madden.
Oh, that and Madden. Yep. But Madden's cross-play all the way. So.
But still.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But this game is supposed to come out sometime this fall. I don't think they have a specific date on it yet, which is kind of cool.
I looked it up and it's tentatively October 19th.
Oh, okay, tentatively.
So I do think it is coming soon.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. I think it's gonna be great. Like I said, if you're into the hack and slash, the DMC area, stuff like that, this is probably a game to check out. If you want a cool co-op experience, definitely a game to check out. If you're excited for Liza P because you like that kind of genre of the fairy tale stuff, I mean, there's something for you there. And if you want like a very linear chapter based single player game where you can just kind of run forward and hit stuff hard, this could be a game that you could really love. So yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. I love the idea. I'm not 100% sold on the execution right now, but it's definitely sparked my interest enough that I will be checking this one out.
Right, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
So that was Gangs of Sherwood. Now we're moving on to the big topic of the night. It's a big topic in terms of like we have a lot to say about. Not so much the TV show. So we're talking about Loki season 2. I don't have like too much things to say about Loki season 2 because the first season was actually pretty good. Did you happen to see that series?
No. I watched
okay.
I watched the first 2 episodes and then I was out.
Oh, okay. Well, we can discuss on why that is.
Yep.
So yeah, we are talking about season 2 of Loki, which I will pull up the trailer here. But we have a lot to say about Marvel in general and the current state of where they are going. And yeah, so let's go ahead and pull up the trailer.
I think the current state of where they are.
Oh yeah, where they are and where they're going, or where they need to go.
Yeah, where they are and where they're going.
So this is kind of like, as you see in the trailer, if you're just listening, it's Mobius and Loki. They're in this spot, and he's having this issue of like just going back and forth in time, getting torn apart, like going present, past, and they're trying to fix that. But yeah, so.
Yeah, are you excited for this?
I like season 1 of Loki. I'm excited in terms of like I like the first season, but I'm not excited for what we're gonna talk about once we get rolling here.
Why did you like? Let's dissect that. Why did you like the first season?
I just thought it was fun. I thought it was different, and it kind of pulled a little bit like what is going on. I just think that they're taking this one to an extreme too much. And with this one, I think so. What I've kind of read and what I've watched is essentially the timeline's like falling apart, and like there's going to be war raged among like the different TVAs and different timelines, and it's a lot. And yeah.
Can we do a spoiler? Can we do spoiler alert?
Yeah, go ahead. Spoiler alert.
Guys, season 1 spoiler alert right now. How did season 1 end?
Season 1 ended when they killed he who remains, and it just restarted it all again. And it came out with Mobius not knowing who Loki was.
With the creation of a multiverse.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this trailer. Kang is going to be a huge component of it, I think. I know. And there's just so much going on, and that's kind of where, with the current state of Marvel and where they're going and where they need to go, I'm almost done. That's where I was kind of going to take this conversation. But let's kind of dive into what Loki is a little bit. Like I said, it's going to be him slipping in the past and the present. And I think what's going to happen is everything is still controlled by someone, and they're trying to figure out who it is. And Loki's thing is he's trying to show the TVA there's something bigger going on, and that he's trying to get to the bottom of it.
Do you know why I watched the first 2 episodes and then quit?
Why?
This Marvel and Disney. This is I know. I'm sorry. I had to fix it. I'm getting angry.
Sorry, me too.
Okay. All right. Marvel and Disney, y'all need to cut it out. Just knock it off. Whose idea was this? Okay. Loki is a bad guy. Loki is always a bad guy. In the comics, there is no source material in the comics at any point where Loki is this anti-hero kind of thing that they're trying to throw out there. It has no correlation to the comic books whatsoever. And the first season, like we just talked about, ended with the creation of a multiverse. Big freaking shocker there. It's like, dude, how many times are you gonna recycle the same garbage and like put out all this nonsense? It doesn't make any sense.
Right, and I agree with you there. And I finished Secret Invasion, and the finale got an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, one of the worst Marvel things ever. But that's aside from the point. There is just too much going on. They have the scrolls now, so now you have to question like, oh, is this character actually the character, or are they a scroll? There's timeline changes now, so is this gonna like somebody gonna die off? But oh, it's a different timeline, so this person's back and now he's from a different timeline, and now like the multiverse. Oh, this is a different multiverse. There's too much going on, and I think it's losing a lot of people trying to follow along, where they're just like, can we just go back to phase 1, please? Like, just keep it simple. And like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring as much of these characters to their own sources and their own material, but it's like, slow down, make it simple.
I also think I know exactly what they're trying to do. And again, this is me going back to my marketing brain. Is this exactly? Let me ask you a question. What is the next Star Wars thing coming out?
And like games or movies in general?
From Disney, not game wise. What's the next Marvel thing, or the next Star Wars thing coming out?
Well, the one that just came out is Shurika or Shura. I can't remember her name.
Okay, and then what's the next one that's coming out?
I don't know.
No idea, right? Okay, so this one that's coming out, you don't know her name. Yeah. Next one that's coming out, you don't know what's coming out. That's the exact same boat that I'm in. And do you know why? It's just because they're just continuously pumping out crap. They're literally just going to run the Star Wars universe into the ground and suck every penny out of it that they possibly can, and then when it dies, it's dead, and they don't care at all. And they're gonna do the exact same thing to Marvel. They're literally just going to run these franchises into the ground as long as people are still want to see the next new thing, and as long as people are still watching a certain group of this stuff, they're just going to keep running it into the ground, and they're just going to keep recycling the same garbage over and over and over again. And like, I've been done with this for a long time. That's where like, and I know Adam gets frustrated because like there's some stuff that he wants to talk about, and he's like, did you see it? And I'm like, no. Like, then I'm like, no. And like, to me, honestly, like Marvel has not put out a good show since Daredevil, and I'm just gonna throw that out there. Daredevil was awesome. I don't think they put out a good show since.
I liked Moon Knight. I liked Loki. So those are my two favorite of the two.
Nick Fury.
I didn't. Secret Invasion was bad.
Secret Invasion, blah. They tried Iron Fist, blah. This is like.
Iron Fist was okay.
No.
Luke Cage was cool.
Luke Cage was not cool.
Jessica Jones was probably the worst one.
Jessica Jones is awful.
Yeah, I said it was the worst one of all of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just Daredevil was amazing, and I feel like they kind of, this is gonna be great. Like, they think it just see like
Punisher was good. What? Punisher was awesome. I don't care what you say. That was an awesome TV show, Dave.
Punisher was not good.
It was good. Just this. Oh my gosh, the gore and the people dying all the time was so good. I love action though.
And like, I know this is tough for you to hear because I know you're such a big Marvel fan.
But they're losing me though. That's where I'm kind of going with this. They're losing me, and I can imagine they're losing a lot of other people. You know what I mean?
So many people.
And it's not because like I'm gonna watch them, but like I don't have the same excitement of Marvel as I did when like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out, or like the first Avengers, or even like Infinity War, all the way up to literally Spider-Man, No Way Home. You know what I mean? Like I've been excited for all the movies up until then, or now, and then now it's from there. It's like I'm not that excited anymore. Like I didn't see Quantumania in theaters. I'm not going to see or like the Marvels in theater. Well, I have this plan, so I will see it in theaters. But if I didn't have this plan, I would not be seeing it in theaters. And they're just losing me. They're losing a big fan base because they're just pumping out too much, like you said, of just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. I mean, yeah, I've been out of it for a while. I feel like a lot of people are kind of jumping on that same boat where they're just like I'm kind of done. Because
it's turning into Fast and Furious.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's happening, right? It's like we went through this phase. So depending on how old you guys are, I'm old, obviously. So you guys know that I'm old, but like we went through this phase, right? Where like when I was a kid, there wasn't like a ton of comic related stuff. So like when we got a comic movie, like it was a big deal. Like when Michael Keaton's like 89 Batman came out, like that was a big deal because there just wasn't anything like that. And it's like the more and more that you go through the timeline, it's like, okay, in the 90s they kind of went with the Turtles franchise and stuff, like, and then the 2000s we started getting, like Marvel started jumping in doing their thing. And it's like I was excited about that stuff because we didn't have it before. And it's like now there's just so much that I couldn't like I think like, and I don't want to, I don't know how to say this. I don't know, like if you're a super big Marvel fan, I don't even know if you like have time to watch all of the things that they have out.
You don't. And I used to do up until like I did up until Age of Ultron, I would do full movie marathons of all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And now I can't do that. It's impossible. Like I can't, there's no way I could sit down. It would be more than a weekend of just like, it would be like 4 weekends of me just watching like movie
Marvel
after movie.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. And now what I do, I pick the ones that I love. So I'll pick, like I watch Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, Endgame. Like I love those 3 and I'll watch them all the time. But now it's like, I don't know which to watch anymore because there's too many except for the ones that I know I love. And like, I watched the new ones once. I'm like, okay, that's it. I don't want to watch it again. Like, I'm never going to watch Ant-Man Quantumania again. I'm never going to watch Marvels after I see it once. Like, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
They're putting out so much content that they're competing with themselves. Like, there's like we said, like Adam just said, like he's a huge Marvel fan and he literally has to pick and choose like what he wants to watch from Marvel because they're putting out. It's not like, oh, I want to watch, am I picking between Marvel and DC or like Marvel and doing this? It's like they're literally competing with themselves. Even Marvel fans cannot watch all of this content. It's like,
and kind of off that, it's like because I want to watch the timeline. You know what I mean? Like that's so cool. Like Star Wars fans, like the early, like you can watch the first 6 episodes and be like, yeah, I watched all 6 episodes. Yeah, it took a while, but you were able to do it. With Marvel nowadays, it's like I have to watch Captain America. I have to watch this now. I have to Miss Captain or Captain Marvel takes place before this now. I have to bring this in, and now I have to now Ant-Man and the Wasp is right after Endgame, but this Ant-Man it's too confusing and like it's like they should have kept a straight storyline, a straight line, and it'd make things more make sense. And then throwing TV shows on top of it, like people don't have all that time. Well, people do have that time. I don't have that time anymore. And I think, honestly, them bringing the TV shows is kind of really what ruined it.
Disney is what ruined it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Disney is what ruined it.
Disney has so much. Like they have a money press, and that is Marvel. That is Star Wars. That's ESPN. It's everything. They have the rights to like literally everything, and they just pump out money.
Yeah. Say what you want about Disney. I know there's a lot of Disney fans out there, but they will just run your franchise into the ground, squeezing every single penny out of it that they could possibly get, with no regard to any type of quality or lifetime like longevity of the franchise. They will just squeeze that lemon dry and toss it away like it's nothing. And we've seen that with Star Wars. We're seeing it now with Marvel. as soon as Star Wars was bought by and you know me, dude, I'm the hugest Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. And as soon as they were bought by Disney, I was just like, that's a kiss of death. That's a kiss of death to the Star Wars franchise. Like, I'm out.
That's funny.
No, so
What's the last Marvel movie that you really enjoyed?
the last Marvel movie that I actually enjoyed,
Or like where you felt like it wasn't a rinse and repeat?
this is gonna show my age, and people are probably gonna be not like this at all. The last Marvel movies that I was like actually really
Of the
like
MCU.
that I actually really liked were the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
Of the MCU is what I'm saying.
Not a big MCU guy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Dave.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't
That is
like it.
That's crazy. You're crazy.
Why is that crazy?
I don't like a single MCU movie. Yeah, right. Come on.
Dude, why is that crazy?
You're like, oh, there's no way you don't like any of them.
It's not that I don't like any of them. I like the movies. Listen, I had to readjust.
I did too. I was doing it because I was grabbing it, and then I realized because you grabbed it, but that's okay.
You asked me when the last time I was excited.
Okay, I did. That's true.
That was the last time that I was excited, was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
Everything after that,
No.
it's not that the movies are bad. There's good movies after that. But the last time that I was actually excited, I wanted to go to the movie theater and see a Marvel movie, was the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans. And then
Okay.
I don't know, it's just like everything after, I'm just like, I'll wait.
Meh.
I'll wait till it streams. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Marvel fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, Dave. We'll let it slide this once.
I'm gonna get roasted in the comments.
You might get roasted.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
get roasted. They're gonna be like, Andrew Garfield's the worst Spider-Man.
Everybody has a fan of everybody's a fan of their specific Spider-Man. There's huge Tobey Maguire fans, and they'll say Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield are both bad. Huge Tom Holland fans that would say that the other two are bad. It's how it goes. It's the same thing with Batman. It's the same thing with everything. So
Yeah.
but I'm excited for Loki season 2, but I'm not excited for the concept of what's going on with Marvel and just the rinse and repeat thing that we're getting. And now everything has an answer. So when they need to, they're like, you know what? We're not getting enough money anymore. Let's reboot Iron Man with a different guy from a different universe. You know what? Let's even bring back Robert Downey Jr. Let's make him Iron Man again. Or there's in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it says Star-Lord will return. Okay, what are they gonna do? Chris Pratt, come on back, come on down. Like, come on, man, just let it die.
They've opened up this multiverse situation. They've opened up time travel, so it's like they can literally just go and do anything that they want.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like. Yes, it happens in the comics, but I feel like in the movie world, it shouldn't be that way.
But when it happens in the comics, it happens in the comics for a reason. And it happens in the comics so briefly. Like, I mean, there's offshoots of multiverse books and stuff like that where the whole series takes place in the multiverse. But in the comic books, if they ever go back to, or if they go to like a different multiverse or something, it's for a very specific purpose, and it's for a very short amount of time. Yeah. This is just too crazy.
I agree. Which sucks because I used they're ruining it for me. And I don't know if I don't know if a lot of people are in the same boat, but these TV shows are ruining it for me. And all this, and I hate to say it because I do love it. As you can see on the back of my wall is like Marvel pop figures, Marvel decorations. Like, I love Marvel, but it's like, and I love DC. It's just I have a DC wall for all those people that can't see it over there. I do have a DC wall.
He favors Marvel.
I do favor Marvel, but I do have a DC wall. I have a bunch of pop figures on this wall of DC, but I do put that out there. But that's where that's where my heart is right now, and it's kind of sad. I don't know what's coming out that's gonna bring me back, except for there is rumored, actually I think confirmed, Tobey Maguire is getting his own Spider-Man, I think.
Not a Tobey. Not a Tobey Maguire fan.
Okay, but it's still good. It's better. It's cool for nostalgia purposes.
It's cool for nostalgia purposes. I mean, it does it, and I think people are gonna be excited about it, and I'm happy, that people are getting that because like there's probably 100, there's probably thousands of people that were just like, who cares? Michael Keaton comes back as Batman, but like to me that was a big deal. You know what I mean? So like, I'm excited people are getting that moment.
Right. And kind of just looking at all the here's a bunch of movies coming out with Marvel. Captain America, Brave New World. So that's going to be like Falcon, who's turned into Captain America now. There's Thunderbolts, 2024, Blade, which that one might be kind of cool. Fantastic Four, we've already talked about. Like this is probably going to be another crappy rendition of it. Armor Wars, like Shang-Chi 2, Spider-Man 4, Avengers: The King Dynasty, Avengers: Secret Wars, Wonder Man. It's like, come on, too much. Like
they're just gonna keep
Quest,
going.
Like
they're just gonna keep going. They're just gonna keep going and going and going and going. I think a good analogy for this is like, remember when you were a kid and you got a piece of candy and you're like, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world, but then like you get more and more and more, and then like what happens when you get too much candy?
Your stomach starts to hurt.
You get sick, right? Like,
unless you're me, who can eat a bunch of candy with no problem.
This is where we're at with the Marvel universe. We've eaten so much we're sick. So
yeah,
which
is sad. But I got some questions for you, Dave.
All right, let's see.
Would you rather questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited for this. We've never done this before.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a new segment that I just thought I'd put in there because we didn't. We were gonna do a blind ranking of the Marvel or TV shows, but there's only like 6 of them, and honestly, they're not all that good. So we decided not to do this.
Yep. Nope. No blind ranking Marvel TV shows.
Yeah. Would you rather have the powers of Thor or Loki?
Ooh. I'm going Loki. Loki. Yeah, give me the Loki powers. I don't know. I just feel like I resonate with the villain.
That's true. That's true.
I do. I resonate. The villain. Did you hear me, Marvel? I resonate with the villain, not the anti-hero.
He is an anti-hero. So the big thing with him is he's got his own agenda, and typically it turns into more of the bad side.
Yes, it is more of the bad side.
He helps, but with the bad, he's like hiding the bad intentions.
He helps with one person in mind.
Yeah, Thor. Yeah. So himself.
Himself. Yeah.
Okay, Dave. You are about to fight Thanos. Would you rather have Hulk's powers or Thor's powers?
Oh, this is a good question. I think I gotta go Thor.
Okay.
I gotta go Thor. I love the Hulk. But when you're comparing power sets, Thor is definitely way more powerful. And you're going up against Thanos. You're gonna need a little extra juice. You're gonna need more than just punch stuff hard.
I agree. Okay. Would you rather be a part of the Fantastic Four or the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Ooh.
Or sorry, the Avengers. My bad.
Ooh. Sue Storm's kind of hot. but I'm gonna go with the Avengers. I'm going with the Avengers. Yeah,
more powerful, I think. I
think the Avengers gives you more clout, right? If you walk into the room and you're like, I'm an Avenger, or you're like, I'm part of the Fantastic Four. It's like,
sorry, those renditions have been too bad.
Yeah, Fantastic Four has been ruined for everybody. I'm going Avengers.
Okay. Would you rather have Peter Parker as your brother or Tony Stark as your dad?
Oh.
That's a hard question.
That is a hard question. Oof. Dad and my brother, I love you. You're making me choose? I don't know. This is tough. Okay, I'm going to go with Tony Stark as my dad.
Money?
I think because I as much as I hate to say it, I think I benefit a lot more from having Tony Stark as my dad, other than like Peter Parker is my brother. I just get to watch my brother do all this cool shit where I don't do anything. At least Tony Stark, like, I could use the suit every once in a while. And, like, we gotta
make you your own suit. Okay.
Yeah, he can make me my suit. Point. Like we got a bunch of dough. He can make me like a cool hovercraft or something. Peter
Or you
Parker
can be
is just like, I just like watching my brother web sling and like, oh, that's fun. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I agree with that too. That's fine. I didn't think of it that way, but it's also, it's like you can be the spoiled kid that like you get in trouble and go to your dad.
Yeah. So that's
I need your help.
That's the greediness in me. Like
Yeah.
which one would benefit me the most?
I like it. All right, this one's gonna get dark. Would you have rather survived the snap or be restored after the snap?
Ooh.
Pretty deep, right?
Yeah, that's deep. Oh,
That's a hard question.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
how I would answer it.
That's a hard question. I would probably want to be restored after,
Okay.
because I'm a huge wuss. I just want. I just don't want to deal with it.
Right.
I just want the lights to go off and then back on,
Yeah,
and it's
like
like
when
I dealt with nothing.
Yeah, but I can see the factor. Like, let's say you are by yourself and you get snapped, and then you come back and there's nothing for you. You're like, wait, where's my house or where's my job? Where's anything of mine? And then, or you come back and like you're like, let's say you're dating somebody and you come back and they're with some random dude with kids now. It's like, well, shoot, I can't take that life back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, it makes it so hard. Or like you come back and you find out that like, let's say like your partner, your family member like survived the snap, but died of some awful cancer alone. Like, whew.
I want to change my answer. I want to change my answer. I want to survive. I want to survive. I want to survive the snap, and I'm just gonna suck it up and be a man.
I think that's where I'm at too. I think I'd rather survive it, although it'd be so hard to like see like I have a son, so like let's say like he gets blipped, and I'm like, no, like I think it might cause some other issues like up in here. So
yeah,
but it's a hard question. So let us know in the comments on how you would answer that question.
That's a hard question. That was the hardest one of the night.
Yeah. Would you rather be survive the blip or the snap or restored after the snap? So I think I'd rather survive.
I changed my answer. I'm going to be a man. I'm going to toughen up.
Yeah, I like it, Dave. I like it. Yeah, those are some good questions. That was fun. Different.
Yeah, that was different. I like that. That's a good episode, bro. That was a good episode. Good episode. We're cruising. We are cruising. I know. Dudes, guys, I just want to say real quick. Thank you for everything. I know I say this all the time, but by the time that this episode drops, we are most likely going to cross the 400 threshold on subscribers on YouTube.
We're at 399. So if you are not subscribed, be that 400th.
Be the 400th. Because you know what happens when we hit 400, right? You play more Dark Souls.
Yep. It's just sitting on my computer.
Yeah, honestly, I'll keep it short and sweet because I know I say this all the time, and I don't want it to lose its meaning. But just know it's coming from the heart, and it's coming from both me and Adam. We super appreciate you guys for everything, all the likes, all the shares, all the follows, all the subscribes. This podcast is growing way faster than we thought it would. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you guys. Adam, what you got for him?
If you're not following us on all social medias, make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. And now check out our letstalknerdy.com website.
Make sure to check out the blog. Make sure to check out the blog. And the blog.
Yep, the blog. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mayhem review is on there. There's going to be a Dark Souls blog on there too. Be ready for that.
Dark Souls blog coming up. Very good stuff will be on the website. We got a lot of big things coming. We got lives, we got new episodes, we got new shorts, we got websites, we got all new stuff coming.
Merch coming soon.
Be ready. It's going to get big. We love you guys very much, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds.